God says, on this day, the winds have shifted in your favor, carrying with them a letter that holds the power to change everything. Hidden away for longer than you even realize, the truth has been aching to reveal itself through the hands of someone you would never expect. Today, the world you knew will tilt, and a mystery will come rushing toward you with unstoppable force. There are people who spoke your name in closed rooms, people who placed bets on your downfall, but God preserved something sacred for you behind their backs. A secret signature, a hidden blessing, a legacy stitched together by unseen hands, all of it is finally making its way to you. As the hours pass, the door to a forgotten treasure creaks open, and the weight of years you thought were lost will come rushing back with vengeance and favor. A name you had pushed out of your memory, a face you thought you would never see again, has been quietly fighting for you when you were not even watching. Across tables, inside banks, through legal halls, your name was spoken with a strange mix of regret, guilt, and urgent responsibility. Someone powerful, someone who once let you down, has made a bold move that will shake your entire understanding of what you thought you lost. The enemy thought it had swallowed your inheritance, dragging it deep into hidden places so you would never lay eyes on it. They whispered you were forgotten, erased, replaced, but the divine has intervened with a fierce and blinding light. What they buried in shadows is about to be resurrected in front of your own eyes, and it will leave you trembling. You were not abandoned the way they hoped you would be, you were preserved for a better moment, for a higher unveiling. God says you have carried the sorrow for too long, believing your labor went unnoticed and your sacrifices were invisible. But what they stole, what they concealed, what they wrapped in lies, is now coming back to you multiplied beyond human understanding. Every signature scribbled in secret meetings is about to unravel and reveal the truth they tried so hard to cover. Today, the letter begins its journey, crossing borders, passing through hands, being stamped, sealed, and blessed by forces even greater than human will. It is charged with a divine energy, almost glowing with the truth it has been aching to tell. The ink has already dried, the names have already been written, the blessing has already been released. Nothing and no one can block it any longer, not jealousy, not betrayal, not greed, not delay. What is meant for you is being forced into the light by the same hands that tried to suffocate it. The person you least expected to stand up for you has been carrying this burden in silence, trembling with guilt and heavy with secrets. Their nights have been restless, haunted by dreams of your face, by visions of what they owed you but never fulfilled. Now, the guilt has given way to courage, and the chains that held your blessing hostage have been shattered. Your name was not erased from the will, from the contract, from the legacy. It was hidden, yes, but never removed. They thought if they covered it long enough, you would give up and walk away from what was rightfully yours. But the divine law overrules the schemes of men, and your name is about to rise from the dust like a roaring flame. The letter will carry more than just news, it will carry redemption, justice, restoration, and a weight of honor that will wipe away the years of shame they tried to impose on you. It will carry a key, not just to money, but to respect, opportunity, legacy, and healing. It will arrive heavier than paper, heavier than words, because it carries the breath of destiny inside it. You must brace yourself because the moment you see the name on that envelope, you will feel your knees weaken. The sender will shock you, for it will be someone whose actions once felt like betrayal, but whose heart has secretly been breaking under the pressure of their choices. What was once broken is about to be made whole in a way you never thought possible. Today is not like any other day. The atmosphere has shifted, the earth has grown to release what was bottled up, heaven has spoken over your destiny with finality. No more delays, no more thefts, no more broken promises. The hour of justice has broken wide open over your life. You may feel the spiritual stirring already, a strange anticipation, a restlessness in your spirit that feels like something big is approaching. It is not your imagination, it is a divine announcement in the unseen realm, whispering, shouting, declaring that your story is taking a dramatic turn. The seeds you sowed in pain are blossoming in a season of unexplainable favor. The inheritance coming is bigger than just land, money, or objects. It is honor, restoration, and the fulfillment of promises spoken over you even before you knew to ask for them. What was delayed is not denied, it is preserved, multiplied, and purified to fit the greater version of you. You are not who you were when you were wronged. You have grown, you have endured, and now you are ready to reign. The one who sent the letter knows that opening it will tear open a flood of memories. Some will sting, some will comfort, but all will make sense as you stand at the doorway of a new season. Tears will fall, but they will be tears of relief, of restoration, of realizing that all the time you thought you were overlooked, you were actually being set up for greater glory. God says, your hands will hold proof that no matter how long the night, the dawn is unstoppable. Your eyes will read words that feel almost too good to be true, but trust that they are a mirror reflecting the work heaven has done on your behalf. You are standing in the aftermath of divine warfare fought over your future, and you have won. Someone who failed you once is now pushing their strength toward your breakthrough. They realized too late what was at stake, but mercy has allowed them to take one last act of courage. Their surrender, their letter, their confession will unlock doors that have been rusted shut for too long. The shocking part is that this person was not just a stranger or a distant friend, they were close once, almost family, almost part of your heartbeat. Their betrayal stung deeper because of the intimacy you once shared. But now, their repentance will serve as a bridge that carries your inheritance straight into your hands. There will be no more confusion about who you are, what you deserve, or what was meant for you. The proof will be so undeniable, so tangible, that even your enemies will have to watch in silence as your cup overflows. They will not be able to deny the favor on your life. They will only be able to observe and wonder how you rose when they buried you. The letter will arrive just when you need it most, when you are questioning if anything is moving behind the scenes. It will arrive wrapped in an ordinary envelope but carrying extraordinary power, supernatural timing, and divine validation. It will hit your spirit like thunder rolling across a once silent sky. Your inheritance was never about greed, it was always about divine order, about justice, about aligning heaven's blueprint over your life. God says what is about to enter your life was designed for you before the foundations of the world. No betrayal, no delay, no deception could erase what was tattooed into your destiny. Prepare yourself, emotionally, spiritually, even physically, because the moment you receive it, the weight of what it means will flood every part of your being. You will walk differently, speak differently, believe differently, knowing that you serve a God who finishes what he starts. You will be clothed in honor where you were once clothed in shame. As you open that letter, the room around you will almost feel electrified with the presence of destiny being fulfilled. You will sense the winds of change blowing right through your reality, sweeping away the dust of old seasons. You will no longer carry the burden of lost opportunities, because new doors will open as naturally as breathing. The letter is not just the end of a painful chapter, it is the beginning of a new era. An era where what was once impossible will be your normal. An era where restoration will happen so fast, your heart will race trying to keep up. It is coming quickly, it is coming powerfully, it is coming undeniably. You have waited long enough, fought hard enough, endured silently enough. Now heaven is thundering with a final decree: receive. What they held back from you is being thrown forward into your life with unstoppable force. You are about to be able to say, it was worth it. Every tear, every lonely night, every unanswered moment, every battle fought in silence, it will all be swallowed up in the glory of this unfolding miracle. You will no longer have to explain why you held on. The proof will shout louder than any words could. Today, on April 28th, mark this moment. Destiny is moving. The letter is real. The inheritance is yours. And the shocking sender is already weeping with a mixture of relief and regret, but they are finally doing the right thing. When you hold that letter, you will know, nothing was wasted. Nothing was lost. Everything is about to change. God says today, the winds of destiny are swirling stronger than ever before. The soil beneath your feet is trembling, for something hidden, powerful, and sacred is finally being released into your life. A letter carrying the weight of 1,000 silent promises is already on its way to your door. Long ago, decisions were made in secret rooms, behind closed doors, where your name was whispered and your future was written in invisible ink. Many tried to erase your worth, bury your destiny under layers of lies and delays, but heaven has remembered you in a way that no earthly hand could undo. The world you see is about to be pierced open by the arrival of a truth that can no longer be hidden. Behind the paper and ink lies a story soaked in sacrifice, betrayal, delay, and ultimate redemption. Every step you took through the valley of sorrow was never in vain, and now that journey will be crowned with the proof you thought might never come. Today is not like any other day. It is marked, sealed, and stamped in the supernatural. The inheritance meant for you was never lost, only delayed, only protected until you could fully receive it. Those who plotted to steal it underestimated the strength of divine justice moving on your behalf. And now, like a flood breaking through a fragile dam, the blessings are being released with unstoppable force. You must prepare your heart, because when the letter arrives, it will not feel ordinary. The words will reach into the most broken corners of your soul and pull out dreams you thought had died long ago. The hands that sent it are hands you once loved, once trusted, and maybe even once mourned. Their decision to reach out is soaked in years of regret and realization. They could not outrun the truth that your spirit carried a light they could not destroy. No matter how far they ran, they carried the memory of you like a fire they could neither control nor extinguish. The very walls that once kept you out are about to be shattered by the sound of your name being honored again. Where you were rejected, you are now being welcomed. Where you were overlooked, you are now being sought after with urgency. God says the tables have turned in ways you cannot even imagine. Conversations are happening right now in places you cannot see, conversations where your name is being spoken with reverence and urgency. Documents are being signed, agreements are being sealed, and the tides are rushing in your favor. The sender of this life-changing letter once thought they could live without confronting the truth of what they owed you. But the weight of the truth has pressed harder and harder on their heart, until they could no longer stand under its pressure. And so today, they move, trembling, but determined, to deliver what heaven always intended for you. It will be surreal at first, standing there with the letter in your hands, feeling its vibration in your spirit before even reading a single word. The magnitude of what it contains will not be contained by paper or ink, it will pour into every dimension of your life. It will rewrite stories you thought were finished and breathe life into dreams you buried out of survival. You are not just receiving a letter, you are receiving confirmation of your place, your value, your destiny. You are not just receiving money or land, you are receiving a divine restoration of honor, dignity, and belonging. Every lie spoken about you will crumble under the truth that this letter carries into the world. There will be whispers around you, confusion from those who tried to erase you, astonishment from those who thought you had been forgotten. Let them whisper. Let them watch. Nothing can stop what God has already unleashed on your behalf. The letter is a weapon against the spirits of delay, deception, and destruction that tried to rob you. It carries a roar louder than all the years you spent silenced by disappointment. It carries the oil of joy to replace the mourning that tried to become your home. There will be names you recognize attached to this unfolding story, names that once caused pain but now carry peace. There will be signatures that once withheld but now surrender. What they meant for harm has been flipped into a river of blessings too wide for you to contain. You will find yourself stunned by the magnitude of what this letter represents. Generations will feel the ripple effect of what you are about to walk into. Chains you never even realized you were carrying will fall from you in a single moment of realization. This inheritance was never about greed or pride, it was always about fulfillment, healing, and vindication. It was about closing a chapter written in tears and opening a book bound in gold. It was about proving that what is blessed cannot be cursed, and what is promised cannot be stolen forever. The person who sends it has wrestled for too long with guilt, shame, and fear. Today, the pressure inside them explodes into action, compelling them to move on your behalf whether they feel ready or not. They are driven by a force bigger than regret, they are driven by the hand of God pressing them into obedience. When you touch the letter, something deep inside you will awaken. Memories will rise up, both sweet and bitter, but this time they will not have power over you. This time, you will stand taller, breathe deeper, and step boldly into a future that has been supernaturally carved out for you. There will be moments where the magnitude of what's happening will feel overwhelming. Let it wash over you. Let it baptize you in the realization that everything you endured was leading to this opening of heaven over your life. You survived the years of hidden battles, the seasons of silence, the crushing weight of hope deferred. Now you will taste the fruit of endurance, the reward of relentless faith, the harvest of seed sown in secret pain. The honor being returned to you cannot be bought, explained, or denied. Even those who doubted you, mocked you, or used you will be forced to acknowledge that something far bigger is moving in your life. They will watch from a distance as you rise into spaces you were once locked out of. They will hear your name whispered again, but this time in awe instead of contempt. The inheritance written into your story will be confirmed not just in legal documents but in open doors, divine connections, supernatural favor. It will stretch beyond what you can hold in your hands and flow into every area of your life. It will correct wrongs, restore years, revive hopes, and reward hidden labor. God says nothing can stop what He has ordained. No signature forged against you can stand, no delay tactics can survive the fire of divine justice now burning on your behalf. The power moving today is bigger than earthly courts or human decisions. There will be a moment soon when you hold the letter to your chest and feel a flood of emotions that words could never capture. Grief will melt into gratitude. Brokenness will shatter into beauty. You are not stepping into a small blessing, you are stepping into a legacy that will ripple forward for generations. It will feed dreams, fuel missions, launch businesses, build homes, and heal bloodlines. It will be a monument to what happens when you refuse to give up even when the night drags on longer than you can bear. The life you thought you lost is being returned to you, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing beyond your wildest ability to contain it. The restoration will leave you breathless. The favor will chase you down until you are dripping in undeniable proof that you are favored by heaven. The letter is just the beginning. The announcement of victory over your life has already been shouted in unseen realms. Now it's spilling into your hands with a timing so perfect it will leave you trembling with awe. Today is not random. Today is destiny cracking open the surface of your reality. Today, the story you carried in silence becomes a song sung in victory. The one who sends the letter may still tremble with fear or shame, but that no longer matters. They are merely the vessel delivering what was always yours. They are fulfilling a piece of your divine story, whether they know it or not. When you open that letter, you will be opening a portal into a future you fought for without even realizing it. You will step out of scarcity into surplus. You will step out of sorrow into singing. Everything changes now. Everything accelerates now. Everything breaks open now. The chains are broken. The doors are open. The time is now. The letter is coming. Your name is written. Your inheritance is here. God says today, a shift has been made in the invisible realms, and the evidence is being placed into your hands. What was hidden for years, concealed behind layers of betrayal and silence, is now erupting into the open. A letter has been written, signed, sealed, and sent with a power that no earthly force can delay. The words written in this letter are heavy with history, dripping with the weight of everything you endured in secret. For too long, you carried wounds no one saw and held dreams no one seemed to value. But the heavens have seen every tear, and today they declare that your fortune is no longer hidden. The sender of this letter carries a name that once echoed in your heart, sometimes with love, sometimes with deep pain. It is a name you never expected to be the carrier of your breakthrough, yet here they are, trembling under the weight of what they must deliver. No delay, no denial, no deception can block the tidal wave of restoration now rushing toward you. Long ago, decisions were made behind your back, conversations were whispered that tried to write you out of the story. Papers were hidden, signatures were withheld, fortunes were sealed away in vaults of greed and fear. But the vaults are breaking open today, and your portion is pouring out like a mighty flood. You will feel the ground shift beneath you as the letter arrives. You will feel the air thicken with a holy weight, as if even creation itself knows that something irreversible is happening. The atmosphere around you is already trembling with anticipation. This fortune is not just measured in gold, land, or wealth, it is soaked in the restoration of honor, dignity, and identity. You were never forgotten. You were never abandoned by the divine hand that scripted your name into the foundation of destiny. Comment if you can feel this shift awakening around you even now. The person who sends this letter wrestled with the decision for longer than you could ever know. Fear gripped their heart for years, binding them in shame, pride, and guilt. But the time for running has ended, and the pressure of justice has forced their hand to finally move. They remember you more clearly than you realize. They remember your laughter, your loyalty, your sacrifices. No amount of time could erase the memory of how you touched their life when they least deserved it. The fortune meant for you was locked away by chains of betrayal, but those chains have shattered under the hammer of divine timing. You are stepping into a moment designed by heaven before you ever even felt the sting of loss. You are stepping into a harvest that was preserved for you by angels assigned to guard your future. The paper they send carries more than words, it carries the weight of apology, the burden of confession, the keys to doors you thought would stay closed forever. When you touch it, a fire will ignite inside you, a fire that has been smoldering beneath ashes of disappointment. It will roar back to life with a heat that melts away every lie told about you. You are not just receiving an inheritance, you are reclaiming a throne that was always yours. You are stepping into a fullness that was kept from you but never taken from your name in the Spirit. Today marks the turning point where everything hidden comes into full view. You will stand in awe as the layers of deceit fall away, revealing the treasure that was always meant to bless not only you but generations after you. Your children's children will feel the ripple effects of the breakthrough that begins with this letter. Your lineage will carry a story of triumph, not tragedy. Comment if you know deep down that this was always meant for you. When you see the sender's name, it will stun you. Memories will flash across your mind, some sweet, some bitter, but all of them will now be drenched in the oil of redemption. Where there was once betrayal, there will now be restoration. The very ones who wounded you will become instruments of your breakthrough, whether willingly or unwillingly. Their obedience is not powered by love or regret alone, it is powered by the unstoppable force of divine justice. They could no longer sleep under the weight of what they owed you. Their hands shook as they wrote your name. Their heart pounded as they prepared the letter. Fear gripped them even as they placed it into the envelope and sent it forth. They know what it means. They know that once this letter reaches you, the truth cannot be hidden anymore. They know that your star is about to rise in a way that they can neither control nor stop. God says the winds have shifted in your favor. Every delay you endured has built up like a reservoir, and today the dam has broken. Blessings long overdue are flooding your path faster than you can prepare to receive them. Your fortune is not just about money. It is about validation. It is about the public announcement that you were right all along, that your spirit could not be crushed, that your destiny could not be stolen. Comment if you are ready to receive the fullness of what was promised to you. This letter carries the energy of 1,000 answered prayers. It carries the force of every whispered hope you dared to cling to when it looked like nothing would ever change. It carries the shout of victory erupting from realms unseen. You have been faithful in the dry seasons. You have been loyal when it seemed foolish. You have kept walking even when your heart was shattered into pieces. Today, heaven crowns your journey with undeniable proof that the story is not ending in sorrow. It is erupting into triumph. It is breaking into song. The sender may not have imagined themselves ever becoming the vessel of your blessing, but heaven wrote the story, not them. They are simply fulfilling their part now, compelled by a force greater than their fears. They cannot outrun the assignment anymore. When you open the letter, you will feel a rush of destiny collide with your present. You will feel years of waiting collapse into a single moment of fulfillment. You will taste the sweetness of promises kept against all odds. This letter is the beginning of a new chapter where scarcity bows to abundance, shame bows to honor, and loneliness bows to belonging. You are stepping into lands you did not labor for, harvesting fruits you did not plant but were promised to you from the beginning. Comment if you can already sense the doors creaking open around you. You will see how every no, every delay, every betrayal was setting the stage for this monumental unveiling. You will see how nothing was wasted, not even your tears. Every drop watered the soil where your harvest now bursts forth. Those who thought they had buried you will see that they only planted you. They will watch as you rise taller, stronger, and brighter than they ever imagined. They will marvel as favor surrounds you like a shield. The hidden fortune attached to your name will no longer be hidden. It will speak for itself. It will shout your name in places you once were denied entry. You will walk through doors wide open, with heads turning and hearts stirring. You will carry a light so bright that even those who once despised you will be drawn to it. They will recognize the fingerprint of heaven on your life. God says today is the day where everything begins to shift into alignment. The fortune that was delayed is now deployed. The destiny that was hidden is now uncovered. The sender's identity will shock you, not because you doubted their capacity for regret, but because you never imagined they would have the courage to make it right. But here they are, trembling, but obedient. Here they are, releasing what was never truly theirs to hold. As you hold the letter in your hands, take a deep breath and allow the waves of healing to wash over you. Allow the truth to dismantle every lie you ever believed about your worth. Allow the future to anchor itself in your heart. This is not a temporary blessing. This is a permanent shift. This is the day history bends in your favor. Comment if you are ready to walk into everything that has been prepared for you. There will be moments in the coming days where you will be overwhelmed by the magnitude of what is unfolding. Let it sweep over you. Let it rebuild every broken place. Today, April 28th, is forever etched in the story of your life as the day your hidden fortune was released. It is the day the chains fell. It is the day the letter arrived. The world may not yet understand the full weight of what is happening, but soon they will. They will see the light exploding from your life. They will see the evidence that cannot be denied. The sender thought they could delay forever, but divine justice wrote a different ending. Divine timing called forth the day when hidden things must be revealed. That day is now. Hold your head high. Breathe deeply. Walk forward boldly. Your fortune is no longer a rumor. It is reality. It is written, sealed, and delivered by the hand of destiny itself.